Welcome to Sewjourns. Let's journey into sewing. Hi everybody, my name is Chris. Welcome to the sewing room, and this is Sewjourns. I'm glad you've joined us because today is day one of what will be a 5-part series on my top 5 favorite patterns. I'll tell you why they're my favorite pattern. I'll show you any modifications or hacks I've done. I'll show you the myriad of fabrics I've used and the endless possibilities that come with the pattern. So before we get started, I just want to invite you to subscribe. If you want to hit the subscribe button down below and ring the little bell, that way you'll get a notification when I post the next one. You don't want to miss part 2 and on. So today we're going to start out with a Pattern Company 5 out of 4 pattern. And the Shenanigans Skort is a pattern I have made, I think 6 or 7 times, and I'll show you those. I've made them in many fabrics. I've created a little tutorial for you, and as we go through this video, I have videos to show you exactly how to do that. So the Shenanigans Skort comes in 3 lengths. The longest length is called Prudent Length, and then the Safe Length, and then the Sporty Length. Great if you're a tennis player or a runner. It has an optional flounce at the bottom. And I have a tutorial for you of how to do front hip pockets, because what's a skirt without pockets? Let me show you a couple that I've made. This first one, tie-dye is really popular right now, but I made this one last year. This is a jersey. As you can see on the bottom, I've done the optional flounce with just a rolled hem. I used swim fabric for the waistband, these pockets, which I have a tutorial for you, and then the skirt underneath. I also added leg bands. I find the leg bands make the skirt or the shorts part stay where I want it to stay. And there are 3 lengths, maybe 4 lengths of shorts. This is the longest length, the 7-inch length with the longest skirt length. This is the high rise. There's also a mid rise, which I've done, and a low rise or a maternity rise. My next one, this is really fun and bright and pretty. I love it. This is a jersey, and I've used supplex for the waistband, the pockets, and the shorts underneath, which I also added the band to. Next, I have the high rise. This is Techno Scuba. Techno Scuba has a bit more structure. So I didn't put any pockets in this one. I did add the bottom flounce, but I did not hem it. I didn't want the flounce to not be flouncy. I didn't want it to look structured, so I didn't hem it. And it's a knit, so it doesn't matter. As you can see, there are no hip pockets on this one, but the skirt underneath is really cute. It's a plaid double brush poly with leg bands. And I have another one for you that I've used cotton lycra for the skirt portion. I did not add a ruffle, I just added a small little hem. I've used swim again, which I think is my favorite for the shorts portion. So swim for the waistband. The waistband does have a 2-inch elastic in it, which I love because it lays flat. It stays where you want it, and it's really comfortable. I've also used that for the pockets and for the shorts underneath with the leg bands that I did top stitch. That makes them really comfortable. So many. This skirt is so great with so many fabrics. It's also my go-to swim bottom pattern. I do this in the mid-rise, shorter length, not the shortest length, but the safe length, I think they call it, but I hem it up. I love this swim fabric. I've had it for a long time. I made this probably 2 years ago. Purple swim for the waistband. Now I don't put the elastic in this waistband, but there is some clear elastic just on the inside liner portion to help keep it in place. And I just did a hem on the 3-inch shorts. Now there is an optional gusset, which is fantastic for runners, for sports. I also find it great if you're going to use these as swim bottoms. Let me show you the gusset. Optional gusset makes it really, really comfortable. And I have one last swim to show you. And this again is a tie-dyed swim, which is gorgeous. I've used the same fabric for the shorts underneath. And I just hemmed them with my cover stitch. So what I'm going to do today is I am going to show you how I did these pockets. What I did was I created my own pocket piece. Very simple to do. All you have to do is take a piece of paper, outline the side seam and the top of the skirt, and then decide how wide and how long you want your pockets. You're basically making the top, the sides, and then you're gonna come around and curve that edge. You've seen an inside pocket before. And then we'll use that to create the pockets on this skirt. I have some videos to show you exactly how I did that. Here's the pocket piece that I made. So this is the top of the skirt and the side seam of the skirt, the front of the skirt. And then I just decided what kind of curve I wanted for my hand to go in. And I drew that curve, and then I cut along that curve, leaving this hinge at the top, because you're going to cut your pocket liner, which I do out of the same fashion fabric as the skirt. And then you're going to put this back here, and out of your, say, swim that I might use for the skirt portion of it, you're going to cut the entire piece out of that as your pocket bag. I also cut the leg bands from this fabric. Then you'll take this, you're going to cut mirror images of each of those. So you're going to cut mirror images for the pocket liner, mirror images for the pocket bag, which I think I have backwards. Anyway, and then you're going to lay this piece, folding the hinge back, onto the side seam of the front, on each side of the front skirt piece where the pocket will be. You'll lay this on top, and you will cut right along here so that the skirt will have this cut here on each side. I have a video or some pictures to show you for that. Here we go. First, you'll take your pocket pattern piece and put it on each side of your skirt and cut out along that curve. Now take your pocket piece that you cut from your fashion fabric, line it up right sides together with your skirt, and clip along the curve. Okay, so we're all ready to sew that pocket to the skirt, match them up here, and we're just gonna gently serge right around that curve. And I'm not going to shave anything off, maybe a tiny, tiny little bit. So I'm just using like a 1/4 inch seam allowance here. Oh, I started directly under the needle. So since we're not needing a large seam allowance, I just took it directly under the needle to begin. And as we're coming around the curve, we're just gonna make this straight. We're gonna fool our serger into making this seem like a straight line. Hope my fingers aren't in the way there. Too much. Now I have pressed the seam allowance towards the pocket piece. Here's the body of the skirt, the pocket piece. And now I just want to understitch, which is stitching that seam allowance to the pocket. This will help keep the pocket from popping out when you wear it. So I'm gonna stitch really close to it so that I am catching that seam allowance and just stitching that straight down. So it's pressed really well, and as you do this, you're just going to want to gently spread your fabric, making sure that it doesn't bubble up here or whatever. So I have my needle far over to the left, and I'm going to ride that presser foot right on the seam, and I'll be catching that seam allowance. Okay, here we go. Spreading this out as I go. It's hard to see when you're filming, but hopefully we got this right. Again, just gently encouraging that pocket to stay where it should. So here we have that seam allowance sewn right down into the pocket. And now we will press that back. Nice. Okay, so now we had understitched our pocket and I have pressed it to the wrong side of the skirt. I hope you can see this. So here's the skirt curve, and I pressed that pocket lining to the back. And we're just going to top stitch right along here. So I'll show you on this one. I have it all set up. I have a two thread narrow cover stitch I have set up for. And I'm going to just follow this little notch, this little 1, 2, 3, 4th toe notch. And I'm going to allow my fabric to follow that so that my cover stitch will just come right along the edge of this pocket. And it's going to be really pretty. So let's see if I can get situated here, and we'll do that. Presser foot is down, and we're going to go slow. And right around. We're getting to that curvy part. We're making sure our pocket's out of the way. We're just going to straighten that a little bit. Making sure our pocket is out of the way. But it's got a nice press here. I hope my fingers are not too bad in the way. We're going to come all the way here. And since we're not cover stitching in the round, we can just chain off on my Triumph. You just want to put your stitch length to 4 when you're chaining off. There we go. And let's see what that looks like. Oh, it's great. This does such a nice job. Isn't that beautiful? Can you see that with the light? Yeah. We're going to do that on the other pocket too. Your pocket bag piece now lays over top of your pocket liner and aligns with the front and the side of your skirt. You will then sew only the pocket pieces together, not the pocket pieces to the skirt. This is what it looks like from the front. So now I'm going to run a basting stitch from here to the end of the pocket. This is the side seam of the skirt. And from here just to there. And this is the top of the skirt where the waistband will get attached. And then we can remove these two pins. They were just holding my pocket flat. Okay, so here I have my skirt sewn at the side seams, front and back. You can see the pockets in the corners. And now I have my skirt marked center front seam, center back seam, and the 2 sides which fall at these side seams. Here you see I've used my yellow Wonder Clip. I only use those special color Wonder Clips when I mark the center back. If you have ever sewn on a waistband or a neckband backwards, and I know we've all done it with the seam in the front, this will keep you from ever doing that again. This is my visual cue, my visual clue to know that the different colored clip is always my center back where my seam for my waistband or my neckband will go. I mark all other quarter points using the regular red Wonder Clips. Since I started doing this, I've never sewn one on backwards. Yay for not seam ripping. Okay, so now we have our waistband serged on. This is the back seam. And I left an opening here to insert our elastic. And I want to show you a couple things that I do in some of my favorite tools here in the sewing room. So this is that clover bodkin. This is that clover bodkin that I had shown you. Right here. It's called the Clip and Glide bodkin, the best bodkin. None other like it. It has a lever here and some teeth. So you can clip right on, push this, and it's not going anywhere. I've had some of those little bodkins that fall off halfway through. It's fantastic. And then on the other side of my elastic, I use 2 jumbo Wonder Clips at 90-degree angles. If you've ever fed your elastic through your waistband, you're having a good time, you're pushing it through, and then you realize the opposite end has sunk in and you have to go retrieve it. And one last thing I do is I've also had my elastic twist on me inside the casing. So I mark an X on opposite sides of the elastic, and I know when I go to sew that elastic after making my adjustments, it's one full circle without twisting. Okay, so I'm just gonna insert that elastic in. So you put it through the opening I've left in the waistband. You can put it in either way. And this elastic will be a good fit because it's 2-inch elastic in the waistband, so it'll just really take up that room nicely. And then you have this really long handle, and you just feed it through and feed it through. I'll see you on the other end. So here I have my elastic all the way threaded through. This is the side we put it in through and out. And as you can see, this other side with the jumbo clips didn't suck back in, so I had to retrieve it. And now all I have to do is remove those, remove that, match up those X's, and then I'll baste that. I'll try it on, adjust my elastic so that with a zigzag stitch in a box form, and I'll close the opening that I put my elastic through, and we have a beautiful waistband. Then I'll probably top stitch that serged seam down on the outside. That should look really lovely. Well, there you go. Now you should have your beautiful shenanigans skirt all put together with great looking hip pockets, and I hope you enjoy it. And I know you'll probably make as many as I have, if not more. I will have all of the links to the patterns and things that I've talked about down below in the description box. Thank you for using those. I really appreciate it. I love bringing these videos and tutorials to you, and that really helps me. And if you're new to 5 out of 4 patterns, I hope you give them a try. The sizes go up to 5X for ladies, 4X for men, boys and girls. They're really well drafted, well tested, so check them out. I hope you join me next time to find out what my next in the series is of my top 5 favorite patterns. Thanks for joining me here at Sewjourns. Again, my name is Chris. I'll see you next time.